Update: Am I the asshole for kicking a friend out of my house for what she said? Original post. It's been a few weeks since the situation happened, so I will start off by saying that ex-friend B did not apologize to friend A for what she said. Matter of fact, she hasn't reached out to either one of us since then. We also didn't reach out to her. Unfortunately, B's words from that day really got to friend A. She struggled with survivor's guilt and questioned her upbringing, lifestyle, views on religion, etc. She doubled her therapy sessions and I spent my free time keeping her company. A couple of weeks ago, I went over to her place and found her reading a Bible and, almost obsessively, flagging pages. She said she was researching to check if what B told her was true. She started reading excerpts and telling me her interpretations. This behavior did scare me a bit, so I suggested she bring this up to her therapist. It was the only thing I could think of to help calm her down. She did talk to the therapist, who suggested she perhaps talk to a pastor instead of trying to come up with her own conclusions. She asked me to go with her, which I did, but told me to just wait for her at the church while she talked to the pastor privately. After, she said that she felt better and was more convinced that B was full of it. She also seemed calmer, so I believed that conversation did help her. I was at her house on Friday and she told me that she still thinks about what was said and, although she feels much better after talking to the pastor, he's only one person and what if he is wrong? I tried to reassure her again and talk through her feelings, but I could tell it was still eating at her. I had a feeling she might spiral again. Then I had an idea. I told her about the post I made on here and explained why, how it works, etc. She's not a Reddit user. I pulled up my original post and asked her to read the comments to show her how hundreds of people, religious and non-religious, felt about what was said. We spent the evening reading each comment. She cried, she laughed, she was surprised and overwhelmed at the amount of support and reassuring words from all these strangers. I could tell she was more and more relieved as we read. She has been in a much better state of mind since then, so seeing hundreds of people disagree with B's words definitely had a positive impact on her. So dear Redditors, thank you from the bottom of my heart for helping my friend with your kind words and reassurance. She has a long road ahead of her in this grieving process, but she's going strong.
This is such a good update. I'm glad Reddit helped and your friend is feeling much better. You're a great friend.
How the internet saved my sanity, today on R, Not the Onion. Great update op.
That's so nice to hear. She eventually didn't let those words get her and is starting to get better. You have been a great friend, op. She's lucky to have a friend like you. Keep supporting her.
Internet rocks. You are a good egg op. Glad you stuck by your friend. B can go eat cacti. Reddit actually did something. I'll add it to my list. Bullying the Sonic company into changing Sonic's face. This post.
Wow. The tremendous effort and perseverance you took to reach into your friend's darkness and haul her out is wonderful to see. She was hanging on a ledge by her fingertips. Your ex-friend stomped on her fingers, and you just dove down after your friend and stuck with her and got creative out of concern. She's lucky to have you, and smart enough to know it. Well done. I'm glad your post was in place at the right time for your friend, too. There are so many of us, and as isolated as we can feel, it can be helpful to know that many of us have struggled too.
Holy cow, armchair therapists actually helped. Seriously though, I'm glad everyone's opinions were helpful for your friend to read. Reddit can be a great sounding board, sanity checker.
I read the original post and honestly, you think you overreacted, while I'm sitting here thinking, she's lucky I didn't throw hands and throw her out. Anyway, she's very lucky to have you and I'm glad the comments have helped her. I hope she's able to continue getting through this.
What kind of wicked person would worship a god that killed two innocent people, one of them a little child, to punish someone else? And top of that, judges after death? What would the point of heaven and hell be if that's how it works? I'm an atheist, so I don't ask for an answer. I just think there's way more friendly and better belief systems if one feels the urge to believe something.
Good for you for being a supportive friend. Bottom line is bad things do happen to good people, sadly no one can control those. Not even the ultra-religious people. There are many religions out there and bad things also happen to believers and non-believers. Don't know if it will help her, but but a friend started volunteering with kids with cancer after her daughter passed, not related to cancer. But maybe volunteer with something her son or husband did, like go with her. It might bring her some peace.
That's so beautiful. You're a good friend.
I'm in tears over how supportive you are to A. You're an amazing friend op, and there needs to be more people like you in the world.
Everyone needs a friend like you in their life. Good job op. I hope A is doing better.
I remember seeing the post and being just as horrified. It annoys me to no end when people believe their religion is the right one and the best. It's absolutely terrible that she almost spiraled again and that she questioned if it's her fault. Thank you for being there for her. You're a good friend.
You're the friend of the year, heart.
Glad it's working out for her. If anyone thinks because you're religious Christian, that you're going to have a good, problem-free life, think again. No one in the Bible had it harder than Job. He had it all, and he lost it all. He literally the originator of the saying, "The Lord giveth, and the Lord taketh." Granted, he got it all back in the end, but not before going through hell, and it wasn't even about testing Job's faith to God, it was about God proving a point to Satan regarding Job's steadfast faith. God doesn't promise anyone a great, problem-free life, regardless of their relationship with Him. Plenty of godless people have lived awesome lives free of want, and plenty of godly people have lived painful, miserable lives, never knowing when their next meal is.
I'm so glad your friend is feeling better. What an awful thing to say to her. I'm Christian, Catholic, and what your ex-friend said is ridiculous and hurtful and awful.
Religion is so toxic. I'm glad you were there for your friend.
Say it with me, guys. If you think God punishes good people for no reason, you are a shitty Christian. You're so supportive and such a nice friend op. Thank you. That is not how God works. Thank you for standing up for your friend and being there for her. Friend B is really cruel and judgmental. Not the asshole.
Tell her this. Any God that would punish a woman by killing her husband and child isn't a God worth worshipping. If she needs further reassurance. Otherwise, I'm glad the original thread helped her.
Not only was friend B horrible for saying that, but friend B was also wrong. God doesn't punish people and He definitely doesn't kill people. Things just happen. I'm glad friend A is feeling better.
This post reeks of being fake as hell. I just read your original comment. Let's say we are all religious and it's all real, okay? We are all accountable for ourselves. This is written, I believe, in all religious texts. Yes, some people are sent to test others and events occur to test you, but you don't get punished for someone else's timeline. That is not punishment. That was just their time. If friend B was any kind of genuine believer, she would know that. Instead, she uses religion for bashing, which a lot of people seem to do, unfortunately. I really hope your friend is okay.
I missed the first post, but caught up now. A is lucky to have you as a friend. Real friends like you are few and far between. My heart goes out to her. She's suffered more tragedy in the last year than any person should in a lifetime, but with friendship and support, I know she will get better. And #X200B. As for B, less said about her the better, but if there is a God out there that would punish disbelief by taking a woman's family, then I have no desire to worship that God at all, and seriously question the mentality of those that do.
This is a great update to see, but shows how affected people can be by religious views and ideas that may not on the face seem harmful but are completely detached from reality, and the power ideas have when they are accepted by people you know and trust. It's sad, and I hope people keep situations like this in mind when defending religions like evangelical Christianity and radical Islam and lots of others when they are taken literally.
You are the best friend this woman can ask for. Keep on keeping on, lady. You are a fucking boss. Wow, thanks for the update. I didn't see the first post, but read it before reading the update. Please relay the following to friend A. As someone who is religious, the answer you are seeking is not in any Bible. When tragedy hits, it is not because you are not religious enough, not because you deserve it, not because Grand is punishing you. Through my study I have found Grand never puts a person in a position they cannot overcome. We are given free choice and have the power to pull through. In fact, it is clear in teachings that Grand punishes both the wicked and the good. If the good are punished now, it means they will not be punished in the afterlife. So friend B, you may have a good life now, but damn, you're going straight to hell.
I'd want no part of an evil God who would strike me down because my mother or wife didn't believe in him. That is good she got help. You stuck with her and stood up for her. I grew up Baptist and even the fire and brimstone people wouldn't say it like that. There is a book, Why Bad Things Happen to Good People, by Rabbi Harold Kushner written in 1981. It, obviously, deals with this exact question and it can really help work your way through sad and horrible times.
I'm a Christian and I can confirm friend B said was not true and she wasn't acting like a friend, or even a Christian for that matter. If the pastor is only one person and B may be wrong, what makes ex-friend right? She's only one person. SND hasn't had the same level of study or education as a pastor. Pastors and other such clergy usually have at least a master's if not a doctorate. Either way up, you're a good friend. And I'm glad your friend is doing better.
You throw away 9,874,996. You are a true friend. Friend A is blessed to have you in her life. All I can say about B is that I hope she one day learns what it truly means to be a follower of Christ and not simply religious.
I love when I can see the Reddit outcomes, especially if they've helped someone. Thank you. And I hope your friend finds peace.
I like that your goal wasn't to keep your friend from religion, but to keep your friend from obsessing over it. I'm glad A's feeling better, that reading the comments helped her.
Glad she's doing better. I had a similar situation where I was mourning a loved one and someone told me they were in hell. I basically unleashed enough unholy fury to make that person regretful of what they said.
If all you have is a hammer, everything looks like a nail. This crappy ex-friend or yours has nothing in her life but the religion she's chosen to cling to. So she tries to shoehorn everything around her to fit her skewed mindset. I hope your friend doesn't put too much stock in this person's crazy religious rant.
Well done on helping friend A. Friend A, your ex-friend, friend B, wasn't a friend. She can not have been, not for what she wrote. I can tell you now that she may believe in God, and she may even believe that she is a good person, but she isn't. She also deserves all the nasty, rotten, twisted crap that the Bible and all unhealthy, warped religious people's thoughts can bring down on her. Edited to correct my typing error. Thank you, Isgo.
I'm glad she had a good friend like you. I can't even imagine how she must feel. Well, I didn't expect an Am I the Asshole update to make my eyes leak this morning over coffee. I think what did it is finding out how much the support of a bunch of anonymous Redditors helped your friend find a measure of peace after a truly horrific experience. People often use religion as an excuse to be toxic assholes. Probably a large part of the reason I turned my back on it years ago and am much happier for it. By the way, your self-restraint during the initial incident is to be commended. Your instincts were perfect in protecting a vulnerable and devastated friend. Religious people love saying, everything happens for a reason. I mean, JFC, the Catholic priest I've known my whole life, says that is a load of shit and sometimes bad shit just happens and we won't know why till we get where we are going. He did say this at my cousin's funeral, 20 female, but he said what he said, damn it. Wow, this post actually made me start tearing up. I'm really glad this community was able to do that for her. She deserves all the comforting words in the world. You're a good friend, Op.
I am very happy this worked out and she feels better. Also, it says in the literal Bible, the Book of Job, Iyaf in Hebrew, that saying that someone is punished from God for sins is bullshit. Because you can't assume to know why God chooses for something to happen in the world. You can't know why things happen, and saying bad things happen therefore you are bad is wrong according the Bible itself.
Journey of Souls by Michael Newton might help her find some peace. If she sees this, tell her I want to give her an internet hug.
You are a good friend and you certainly did not overreact when you kicked B out. What she said was judgmental, inappropriate and cruel. Someone like that is religious in name only. My cousin lost a daughter to suicide a few years ago. There was nothing we could say to console her, but people posted beautiful words of support on the funeral home website. Except for one woman who wrote, "Pray that God forgives her for what she did." I don't know what people are thinking when they say, write things like that. I think the way you have supported your friend is truly amazing and I'm glad Reddit could help.